Hey there everybody, welcome back to more Silent Hill 4. Last time we bore witness to a rather grisly murder in the subway, or, a faux subway. And, we didn't get any closer to escaping the apartment, but, I got a better feeling for today. So I'm just going to drop off some items we're not going to need, like the subway tokens and the placard. And instead, I'm going to go ahead and bring out the chocolate milk. Now, you may be asking, why chocolate milk? It's a secret. Let's go with that. But, looks like there's another piece of paper underneath the door. Let's go ahead and check that out. And it seems like it's a more obviously red piece of paper. Now, the color red has been brought up quite a few times in Silent Hill, but it has a very particular meaning in this game. We'll be getting to that much later on, but for right now, this diary excerpt's not really going to make a whole lot of sense, but I'm sure it will make more sense much later on. And let's see if there's anything happening outside. And that was certainly even more exciting sweeping action, but it did allow us a chance to look at a gentleman that was mentioned beforehand, Frank Sunderland. Let's see if Eileen is up to anything. And the answer to that is a rousing no. But, I don't know, maybe something was catching her eye outside the window. Sadly, for some reason, Henry will just not look out this particular window. I think we have to go look out the bedroom window. But we'll go ahead and do that later. I think for right now, I think we should go investigate the bathroom again. And check to see if, maybe that hole isn't going to be usable again. And what do you know, it appears that the hole has actually gotten bigger. Let's go ahead and check it out. That's right, the hole doesn't always lead to the same place. Instead, it seems to have directed us into, what looks to be a forested area in what is actually known as Forest World. Yeah, the hole, or whatever controls the hole, whether that be Henry or some other outside force, well, seems to have some plan laid out for us, and, well, it's apparently led us out to the forest. And waiting for us out in the forest is a few new things, such as odd pieces of writing. We didn't see those in the subway, and we're actually going to be seeing quite a bit of those out here in the forest world. But it appears that Henry does not have the ability to read any of it, so maybe we'll get to read it later. And already for some reason they give us a hole back to the apartment, but we're doing pretty good for right now. And danger, I'm not worried about danger. I have a pipe and chocolate milk to slather all over myself. Nothing bad can happen. Or maybe sweets are not the best thing to be dragging into this area as we run into a new enemy. These flying fiends are known as moth bats, or, well, they're also known as hummers, even though neither name really suits them, as they're more kind of hummingbird vampire mosquitoes. But their only real strength is, well, they can be kind of hard to hit, and they're fairly quick, but they don't really do a lot of damage, as you can see, and they go down fairly quickly. Pretty much one swing of the pipe and a quick stomp will take care of them. I would honestly say, after fighting quite a few of the sniffer dogs, that the moth bats or hummers are actually, well, kind of a step down in difficulty. I'm not sure why they were introduced as a secondary enemy, but you know what? It's kind of good for, you know, one's ego. You know, watching me smite all these hummers, you might almost say I'm like a master of the hummer. Or no, never mind. But yeah, smashing away. You can actually investigate some of these nearby vats. Apparently they have some kind of horrendous liquid. We're not even going to investigate that further. As to why there is horrible liquid next to the forest world, well, we might find out more about that, or we might not. We can formulate our own little story. Nothing too much else in this area. But we do have a waiting car that appears to still be running. Maybe that means that someone is nearby. Or maybe someone's in trouble. Well, let's go ahead and rummage through those things and see if we can't find some interesting information. Well, it seems from these documents that whoever wrote them, it seems we're in Silent Hill. Never really happened in any wooded areas in Silent Hill, but, well, maybe Jasper Geen knew of some very special places to go to. and some rather cryptic information from a nosy guy to Jasper. But it will be very important to keep track of that whole idea of the dug-up key can't be brought with us. We'll be needing that for a little bit of a puzzle later on. I guess that's Jasper there.
So you came to investigate this stone too. There was another guy here before, a real nosy guy. But I was the one who found the stone first. In the old days, the natives called it nakihona. They used it in a ceremony for talking with their dead ancestors. And now those guys are using it too. Call it the Mother Stone. They're just up ahead in that weird building, operating some kind of crazy religious cult. They used to collect orphans and did things to them. Kind of gives you the chills, huh? This stone.
Well, that is certainly some exposition to fill us in on some backstory from Silent Hill 3, I guess. Yeah, Jasper is a bit of a weird guy, and I don't know if having the last name of Gein is supposed to be an allusion to murderer Ed Gein and his social awkwardness, but, you know, we'll just pick up this nutrition drink, and you got anything else to say, buddy?
Ceremony for talking to the dead.
Yeah, that's real helpful. So yeah, let's just keep on trucking. Not really too much to go on here, just you know, trying to reflect on the whole Native American religion that once populated the area and then was assimilated in by the white settlers, and well, it kind of went downhill from there. And speaking of going downhill, it's time for some combat. That's right, sniffer dogs. And what the hell is that thing? Oh, it's a trap. That's awkward. But let's not fight sniffer dogs or giant babies in trees. Yeah, sometimes running cannot be the best course of action, but I can honestly say that sometimes fighting cannot be the best course of action, especially in these areas where, well, we don't really have the advantage that we did in the subway, where we could easily corner the sniffer dogs. Instead, in these big wide open areas, well, you're more likely to be cornered by the 3 sniffer dogs and appears to be 1 moth bat. Especially with the great targeting. So instead, it's just best to run. And apparently tried to read signs instead of running. But what that sign was trying to point out was that the large orphanage or cult-like building that Jasper was referring to was the Wish House, which, if you recall from Silent Hill 3, was vaguely mentioned in the hospital. And, well, I guess they decided to expound upon that in Silent Hill 4. Kind of an eerie place to raise children, but I guess when you're brainwashing them in a cult, I guess you can't be, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But even more mysterious writing. There's really just so much of it in this general area, and yep, no luck in getting into the orphanage straight away. But we do have a few other doors to check out, along with a hole back to the apartment. But I think I should be good for right now. Thankfully, you can be a bit of a spaz when dealing with the Hummers. They are more of an annoyance whenever you have to deal with sniffer dogs or other enemies while they're nearby, just kind of pecking at you and stunning you. And we are in what appears to be something of a mining complex. It was actually kind of vaguely brought up back in Silent Hill 2 and in Silent Hill Homecoming that, well, Silent Hill actually used to have something of a booming coal mining economy, and it, well, kind of dried up. I'm not sure if it was due to the massive deaths or hauntings, but, well, you know, you can't ride that gravy train forever. And with this lovely 2D visage, we find ourselves at a very familiar locale, Toluca Lake. Quite a prominently haunted and disturbed place in Silent Hill's backstory. But we do find something very important, which is our second healing item type of the game, the portable medkit, which is, well, it's just the medkit. They just made it portable for some reason. But it will heal about half of our life as opposed to, I guess, a quarter or 25% that the nutrition drink will. But we are still actually running rather low on healing items, so we can't really be using them frivolously. And Henry immediately jumping to the conclusion that that's a goddess, but that's just pretty much a dead end, and we just kind of wanted that medium healing item for right now. So on the opposing side of the wish house, we have some more lovely graffiti of a bird. Let's go with that. And we got a gate down there, but I think I'm actually going to hold off on going down there just yet. Check out what's behind this door. And it's a lovely, lovely, large group of sniffer dogs. And in fact, this particular group of sniffer dogs, well, I'm not going to deal with them, but if you look very hard, you'll notice one of them is a slightly different color. That one is a female, and they're a bitch. Yeah, the females actually have more health, do more damage, and will knock you down to the ground, and they're just generally more of a nuisance than the green-colored males. Was that a monkey? I have no idea what that noise was, but it's a bit hard to see, but down here at the... Oh no, are there arms? Is it a dead body? No, it's just some tree roots. Truly, the suspense is never ending in the land of Silent Hill. But what great treasures await us down here, but... well, a well, which is totally pointless. Another hole back to the apartment, that's probably the 5th one, and a golf club. Truly the Lord is bountiful. Yeah, we are going to be collecting a full set of golf clubs as we progress through the game, but... well, it looks like this is another dead end, sadly, so... looks like we only have one more way to go. Hopefully it's a bit more fruitful. Figure though, I might as well drop off some items, try to heal up a little bit. Never hurts to be too cautious. Also just checking to see if neighbor's doing anything horribly interesting. One's kind of frantically dancing, but... Bar Southfield. I don't know, maybe we should try that number later. What was that? Doorbell?
Help me! Help! Let me out of here!
There's something going on in this room.
What do you mean?
I heard weird noises coming from inside there.
Help!
Hey, Richard, can you see anything from your window?
No. Everything looks pretty normal to me. The guy who lives here, what's he like anyway?
I know his name and face, but that's about it.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah, good idea.
Damn it. They can't hear me.
Oh well, so close and yet so far. I could swear though, that one guy really seemed like a dick. Yeah, just dropping off the healing items. We're not going to be using them. It'll be better to die than to try wasting them. And I guess we just have to keep on checking out the forest world. So now that we are fully healed up, we can go ahead and check out that one last gated area next to the wish house. Beware the Moors. Yeah, so never mind. Yeah, seriously, you do not want to fight on that screen. Even if you are probably better equipped, really, it's just not going to be even. Hey, buddy. How's it hanging? Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a ghost, and yeah, we're not completely done with them in the game. As I said before, we're going to be seeing them for a while. Oh god, it's another one. Oh, never mind.
Hey, little boy, what are you doing here?
You're finally the third revelation. Something's gonna happen. That nosy guy that was here, he said it too. Something big's gonna happen. Finally, it's gonna happen!
Well, that was certainly the most adorable boy I've ever seen. Sadly, Jasper had to be completely ballsack crazy and scare the kid away. But by examining the nearby graveyard, we find another 5-digit number. If we recall, Cynthia also had a 5-digit number etched into one of her bosoms. And, well, there's quite a bit of writing throughout the graveyard, but yet again, we can't really read any of it. Along with a rather pleasant view of, I guess, the lake. Doesn't seem really sanitary. And we have a door back here with a very familiar symbol, the halo of the sun, that we saw rather prominently from Silent Hill 3. And what appears to be a sectioned off area with more of those tentacle-like things we saw in the mining area. Not really sure what those are. Just a better view of the numbers and, well, another dead end. Yeah, thankfully this particular ghost doesn't really chase us that far. He actually doesn't seem to leave this particular screen, so he's not too much to worry about. And now you may be wondering, well, where else is there left to go? Well, by triggering that cutscene we just saw in the cemetery, Jasper has now moved to the front of the wish house. Let's go talk to him.
The door won't open. That nosy guy gave me something really good. I could let you have it, but not for free. I'm really thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Oh, chocolate. Oh, chocolate.
So we have another mind-bending puzzle here, and our capitalist friend, well, he wants some chocolate milk.
Oh man, that was awesome. Here, take this. There's something written on it.
You know, you could have just handed it to us, you chocolate milk drinking asshole. But as I maneuver Henry over to the bloody spade, ooh, it's, yeah, I mean, that puzzle was pretty obvious, and, well, the next set of puzzles is actually fairly obvious as well. As we look at the inscription on the spade, kind of gives us some indication of where we need to go next, and that there is a hand holding something inside the ground. And if you will recall, there was what appeared to be a tree root that kind of looked like an arm, so that's where we need to head next. And what we get for our troubles is a bloody key. And inscribed on the bloody key is, well, a rather cryptic warning. Whoever holds the key will wander forever, or for all eternity. Well, I'm sure that's just gibberish. Nothing to worry about there. Even though it has gotten absurdly foggy. Where'd those sniffer dogs go? Could have swore they were on that screen. Yeah, I get the feeling that, well, we're just gonna be running around in circles as long as we have this damn key on us. So, what do? Well, if we remember, there was actually a hole to the apartment on the other side of this gate. And using the power of teleportation, we can actually drop off the key in our apartment, and we should be able to continue on. A rather clever use of the game mechanic of being able to enter into different dimensions as we please. It also allows us to get back some health that we lost from those fucking dogs. Wait a minute, did he just grab his head? Oh, yep, there's a ghost. Very, very slow-moving ghost. I guess that would be difficult if you were covered in molasses. I don't know. But yeah, we just had to head back to the wish house, as there was another portal there, back to the apartment. And we just got to pop back in there, get our key, and, well, everything should be hunky-dory. And by hunky-dory, I mean totally fucking screwed, because Jesus Christ, oh God. Yeah, note to self, do not spaz out on the buttons. Come on, get off. Yeah, trust me, dodging is a lot harder than it seems. And I don't really just suck at this game. So, yeah, back to the apartment again. Really, in the future, if the trips to the apartment get too excessive, I will be editing them out a little bit more profusely, but, you know, I figured I'd give you a little bit of the full room experience here, as we seemingly are forced back and forth into the apartment way too much. But key in hand, I think now we should be able to get access to the wish house. You enjoying that, buddy?
You found it, huh? Gives me the chills.
Gives me the chills too, you freak. But inside the wish house we find, well, an environment probably not the most suited for child rearing, I suppose, but, well, I mean, the wish house really wasn't that up and up in the orphanage game, I guess. I guess Jasper ended up finishing off his chocolate milk, but there's not too much going on in here. Outside of, oh God, references to Alessa, and questions about Walter's progress. Well, we are very familiar with Alessa, but not overly familiar with who Walter is. But we do not have access to the upper floor. And there's really not that much to investigate on this floor. Don't even give us the child's drawing. I'm sure it's a puppy or a sunshine or a corpse or something like that. But over amongst all these books, we actually find one that has a little bit that we can partially read. And, well, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to us right now. Second sign, offer of the blood of 10 sinners. Yeah, just a lot of cryptic, religious mumbo-jumbo. And that's the worst kind of mumbo-jumbo you can get. But there is a mention of the third sign, which is something that Jasper mentioned when he saw that little boy. Rather odd. Maybe we can ask Jasper about it. Jasper, is that you?
I finally met him! The one the nosy guy talked about! The devil!
A special news report. In a forest near Silent Hill, the burned corpse of a 30-year-old male was discovered earlier today. The police have ruled it a homicide and are investigating. The numbers 17121 were reportedly carved into the man's body. Due to the marks on the victim, the police are investigating possible links to the Walter Sullivan case 10 years ago.
Walter Sullivan. Why does that name sound so familiar? Well, I guess somehow we managed to witness another horrible death. It sounds like somebody else is at the door.
This is the superintendent. Are you in there, Henry?
Help me! There's something wrong with this room! Help! Let me out of here!
Is anybody home?
What's going on here?
No, it's not. Yeah, that's the one. That's strange. It's the right key. I'm sure I heard something in there. Yeah. That sound. It's the same one as back then.
Is it just me, or are the handprints on the wall increasing? Well, I guess that's all we can do for right now, so I guess this is Negroth saying see you next time for more Silent Hill 4.